So, it's a new game, Stanley Deluxe. I did skip the office. Never played it before, so I no idea what the heck am I supposed to do. But, English. Okay, I already make it. I'll say no because I already mentioned it in the video, so. Always I hate it. Well, please let's hit the cover. How do you know what the? Okay, I don't like how I have to keep doing this. Oh yeah, he's coming on. Begin the game. And it's never end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, that's me.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
How are you happy with that?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
What?
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
I move?
But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
What the heck? What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where the hell's the meeting room then? I'm lost! I don't know where to go. Oh, good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, he entered the door on his right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So, do I just go back? Oh.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yes,
Stanley
it is.
simply but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh my gosh, do you have to?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his desk. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Why is it so funny? Why? I just said. Why is it? Oh, you're kidding me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay, I'm going to go
Stanley
the
decided
correct
to go
way
to the
this
meeting
time.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I'll just go the correct way this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on
I
his left.
don't get it. That is the wrongest and
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Wait, what?
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that
Okay.
if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take
I'm
responsibility?
walking in circles, scooping everybody out.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Come on, let me out,
Now,
call.
hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Huh?
the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
Oh my gosh, you made me walk in circles for so long.
Everything will be fine. I am okay.
What do you know why? Huh?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Wait, what? What the heck just happened to me? What happened to Stanley?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
What?
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? So I'm just dead. So I'm dead. Okay, so don't do that, don't do that. God. I'm back! I'm alive!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
How I hate this guy, this narrator right now. Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
Seen
on
that,
his left.
but I'm not going to the office away that time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
Yes,
coming to
I
a
am
staircase.
going up.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Yes,
office.
I'm going up. Do not, nobody go down. Execute the. Oh, Buffett. My boss are going crazy.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I did that.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What is this? What? No! No, I don't want this. Wait, I'm supposed to go that way?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Cause your head
Stanley
is
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But this escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? But I said escape. You got
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
He's
track.
lying. He's lying.
At this
Nothing
point,
bad.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, shut up now. It's just that is gonna happen. See, I shouldn't fall through here. Nothing's gonna happen. I'm watching! I'm watching! Am I good? Huh? Huh? Oh, God.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Help me!
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He
Help.
doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Stanley, what the hell?
Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, no! No, no! Oh, no, no, no!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
Huh?
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous
What the
metal
heck?
jaws. In
Huh?
a single visceral instant, Stanley was
No.
obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I can't go now. Where am I? Just Stanley.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game
What?
back in his office, as alive as ever.
What?
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
But what? What the heck is this place? What the heck? Huh? That's so. This is the same office I was in. I think I just shut the game. Okay, so I'll listen to narrator that time on that part. I'll listen to it again.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, I've heard it before. How on earth can I never remember this? Why?
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Tell me to wait
Perhaps
time.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I kept going. No! 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 Yes, I will.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Are you kidding me? So I just walked
Yet
up and
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, how many?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Hey,
so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
No. I just wanted to get this part done. Why? Why?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
thank you.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Let's hear it. So we have to go down here. This time I cannot die. I cannot die again. Okay, don't go to the escape. Why did I even go? Why? Why am I that dumb? Okay, let's just go. I was so down for this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? Oh, this is terrifying as hell. Oh, idea.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. Oh, nice.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Oh.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wow, that's dark and mean. Well, good job I ain't working here.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess so.
No. He refused to believe it.
Oh,
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it?
Study evidence.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
But what?
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Wow, how convenient. The biggest TV in the world I've ever seen.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years
Oh,
ago
no.
and you tried to take control of the machine for yourself, is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation
Wait,
system.
what?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
What?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
No, it
It's your time to
isn't.
shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
What the hell?
But more precious moments.
Oh,
in
what the
other
heck?
words. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Look at this.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness,
No.
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying
My
this
house
so
is
much.
5.
You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not?
The heck, man, you're
These are
insane.
precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I
Aww.
mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
You're insane.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for
What?
you. That timer is
What?
a catalyst to
What?
keep action moving
Yes.
along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment
He's
that you're
killing me.
powerless.
I just
A
got torn for
scene
that.
made humble.
I'm dying here.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
Paul?
You wanted to control
What the
this
hell is
world,
Paul?
that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30
Oh!
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Oh, I can feel it.
Just you being
What else for?
pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
Ah,
Or don't.
Pop and
It's all
Paul.
the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable
Oh, I hate
from the moment
you.
we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Oh, come on. Oh, I hate the narrator. He just killed me. Why? Oh, you're kidding. Oh, fine. I'll turn it off. How much easier is that for you? Oh, what's the narrator?
When Stanley came to a set
What?
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Why did he go here? Why does he not talk? Watch.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'm here. I'll just put the code 2845. Do the
Okay, I
music.
think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Why? I was about to put the code in, but thank you. Died so many times. I died so much times. I got the worst endings, and now he gets me to pass it completely. He killed me. That was the only way how to survive. Why? Why?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word
No.
escape written, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Wait. Oh, good.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
That's fair.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
476, that's us. Okay, elevator. Now let's go
This mind
do what this
control
guy says.
facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Yes,
Had
I
he
see.
truly spent his entire life utterly
I want
blind
now
to
to
the
shut the hell
world?
up. Thank you.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or
Does
content.
survive.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery...
They do it now. Yes, I finally completed the main part. Now I just gotta do what the hell I want.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to
Oh
let
my
go.
gosh.
No longer would anyone tell him where
How
to
the
go,
hell?
what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. That was all he needed to know.
Why
was
is it coming
perhaps
down here?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Sorry.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Finally, he's gone. Oh my gosh! I did it right. That's so much time. Okay, fine. I need to click all the buttons up to 5.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed him. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I just didn't know
this
you.
was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Shut
and
up.
Stanley knew it
I hate
perfectly
you.
well. Perhaps he
Later.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I only got once up here before.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible
Oh
he wasn't
look!
5 years
Yeah,
ago.
I'm in here. I jumped down here.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
I just wanted to
There's
go
someone
here.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Brother.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who the hell's
She's
her?
been waiting.
I'm scared. Where'd I go?
That's her, Stanley.
Why the hell did I pick up the phone?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha.
What the
Oh,
hell?
come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
What the hell,
They will
man?
commit their life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
What the hell,
I'm trying to
man?
get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you
Not
what's
you.
really going on here.
What the hell? You scared me with that, like, broken voice.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? I'm dead? No. No. I'm not. I am not doing it. I'm dead. What do you mean I'm dead? Huh? No. Come on, no. No, I'm not breaking it. Oh, Greg, I got nothing to do it though, but...
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, my. No. Why the hell do you want me to do it? No. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. No. It's just so easy to click the down. I click the... Fine, I'll do it.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
Oh
exactly what
my
he's told
gosh.
to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
No,
One might
no.
even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Help me, whatever the hell you are.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Just kill me now.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
What?
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Hold
The
up.
thought excited him terribly.
What?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh my gosh.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
What?
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path.
What?
Wasn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Why did
The
you
longer
do
he
this?
spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets
I'm stuck
which
in my
life is the
office.
real one.
Why?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Oh my gosh.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fine.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh, you
How
can.
can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
I'm
How can
not
I get him to
telling
see what I
myself.
see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
What the hell?
I tried.
How? Huh? Oh my gosh. Get me out of this
All of his tools
place!
were gone. What could it mean?
Are they still on
Stanley
my
decided to go to the
head?
meeting room.
Are you
Perhaps he had
kidding?
simply missed a memo.
Hold up. I've gotta get there, so no matter what, I gotta try. There's nowhere else to go but.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay, so what
Feeling a
the?
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
You can't make me bother, can you? Just can't be bothered, can you? Just can't be bothered just to. I go for the golden. You just can't be bothered.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, all I gotta do is deactivate that, so I need to find ball. I nearly died because of that ball. I died because of that stupid ball.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, because it's all in my head, Mozo. I'm in my head. It's all in my head. It's all in my head.
This
Why does-
mind control facility,
Oh.
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Okay, so
Had
before
Stanley
I
really
do
been
it,
under
I
someone's
need
control all
to
this time?
find
Was this the only reason he
ball.
was happy with his boring
As
job?
soon as I
that
find
his
it,
emotions had been
They
manipulated to
cannot
accept it
keep me
blindly?
stuck. As soon as I find out, we become the mind
He
controller.
refused to
Yes,
believe it.
yes.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone
can
else's
never
control.
keep me stuck.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay, all
Here
of these
was the
search
proof,
for.
the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy
1,
or sad
2.
or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the
1, 2,
controls
3.
once and for all.
1, 2, 3, 5. So what is this? I can't find the ball. Honey? On. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 4's gotta be so. I died to the 4. So what could it be? Oh, that's what 4 is. Okay. So 1 and 2 are those 2 buttons. 3's up there, 5 is and 4's up there. Go there, click it, okay then go there. Yeah, I know what to do.
And when at last he found the source of... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than
He's over
that.
there.
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
Oh, guys, click 2.
Each one of them
do I click that?
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
One, I
What
need to find
I
one.
barely know where to start.
1 and red.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before
It makes no
you're
sense.
All
It
right,
makes no sense.
rude. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I fed out.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
I can't do anything.
So, this version of events has been rather amusing.
Okay, 3.
Watching you try to make
Don't
sense
say that.
of everything and take back the control
Oh,
wrested
come on.
away from you, it's quite rich.
Ah.
I just hate to see it.
Nope. I can't do it. I'll go up. Oh, bye.